there's a storage unit she wanted to go put all her stuff in. So I was just curious, helped her out, put her storage unit up. She gave me this perfume before she left. I took it, helped her out, put all her stuff in the storage unit, and then all of a sudden she gets this bottle of perfume, and then she takes it and gives it to me and says, "You're going to need this." And then she tells me all the stuff that's going to happen, and I'm thinking, look, okay, whatever, I'm not doubting you and this, that, and the other. And she was telling me about the thunder before the trumpets, and there's something out there in the seed that's going to hit, and then when God sent it through me, it's just like maybe one or two more, so everything was going to hit at the exact same time. And she leaves, she hands me this perfume. A couple years later, I get my girlfriend finally, and she's got 2 kids, Caleb McKinsley, and we hanging out, whatever, and they come down, stay for a while, then I take them back up there to where they live or whatnot. And we do that back and forth, whatever. And it was just crazy because I was at Mama's one day, and I was sitting there at Mama's in the chair, the first chair on the left, and it was like the craziest feeling in the world. It was like my whole life was being sucked out of me. I died. My heart stopped. I completely flatlined for a few seconds. God thumped my heart 3 times. Brought me back. But what's the crazy thing is, I was acting like a 10-year-old. I went back to my youth. So, while all this went down, I took the kids, we went fishing, and what I did when I was a kid was get in that creek down there. The big old creek that runs through our place, it comes from my pawpaw's place, it runs down through Jay Poole's place, then Daddy's, and it keeps on going down toward Ray Taylor's, and it goes in the river. I'm showing them everything, what I did. Like they're like pottery, Indian little pieces of Indian pottery about that big, all up and down there. There's fossils and there's some like old shells and stuff. There's one little branch that I've never been down. Something was calling my name up that branch, and I was like, well, not calling my name, but was wanting me to come down there. And I thought, well, look, I ain't never been over the hill. Let's go over and see what's up. And there's trees, down and out of it. So we'll go up through there. And we get through all that stuff, and there's like a little ditch part comes down, and there's another like a little flat piece, like a little island there with like a little ditch about 5 inches, 6 inches, half a foot, whatever, about 6 long, and right in the middle of it is a rock, about big old flat rock, real smooth. As soon as I picked that rock up, I knew exactly what it was. It was an Indian rock, and you could tell they did 4 or 5 different things. So I thought, well, and I showed it to them, and let them feel it. You could feel they used it so much, you could tell their handprints and everything they done with it. Anyhow, I said, we'll go back to the house. Actually, I get stuck. My old white truck that I'm in that I bought from Paul Bryant Jr. The 4-wheel drive, it worked when it wanted to. So I had to call Marty and come pull me out. So Marty come pull me out. We get back to the house, and I get the rock and all this, and it's just crazy. The kids and all that, the kids were having fun. And all of a sudden, the kid was in the living room. Well, they made him a pilot or whatever, and they were sleeping in there, and me and Brittany was in bed, and when I woke up, I woke up all right. God calmed down and kicked me out of bed, and I hit the floor. First, it just kind of shook me, then I hit the floor. And then I get up shaking my head, trying to figure out what's going on and everything. So I get dressed, I go outside. I think Caleb hears me shut the door, and I go outside. I go up there to the first trailer at Marty's house, and I'm walking. I'm gonna go get me a popsicle. I go in there, open the popsicle, open the freezer, and I look, there ain't nothing but green popsicles in there. And I can't stand no green popsicles. So I shut the freezer. That's the only popsicle I don't like. And as I'm walking out walking back out to the door, there's a whole case of popsicles laying there on the ground. Not in the ground, but in the house. I was like, well, why ain't they open the popsicles and put some more in there? It just don't make no sense. There's a whole case of them there. I walk outside on the porch, and as soon as the door shuts, I hear God's voice. Just this real deep voice. Just go back in there and get that box. And go gently set it down on the porch. And I'm thinking, what's in that box now? So I go in there and grab that box and gently pick it up. I'm thinking, well, I treat that box like it's a case of dynamite. I go back out there on the porch. I gently set it down on the porch, and I start preaching. I'm preaching and preaching and preaching about change, and I'm not no preacher. Look, preachers, the preachers, they didn't choose to be preachers or messengers or whatever. Everybody's got a purpose and a reason on this earth that God sent them here to do. Everybody's got a purpose, a reason, and a job. Some people don't never figure out what theirs is, but some of them figure out some of them, but not all of them. You know what I'm saying? You can see what I'm trying to say anyway. I preach for 2 to 3 hours. And I'm sitting there on that porch, and Robert, Tiki, Lynn, they kind of wander off. And I call their names. I said, Robert, Tiki, Lynn, y'all get y'all's asses over here. Which, I'm sorry, I cuss a little bit. I'm going to work on that. Ain't nobody perfect. They come back over, I point at Robert. I said, Robert, this ain't if you're talking. Robert says, I know. Who got the right one talking now? Alright. So, as that went on, preached for a little while. I don't know exactly how long. Say 30 minutes or more. Nobody would open a box. I was speaking about change, and I want them to open in a box. They wouldn't do it. My saying was, if it didn't come down Drummond Lane, I did not want nothing to do with it. And what I mean by that, everybody showed up. They did. All of them. The Holy Spirit and the whole world was sitting at Drummond Lane. Every last one of them. And I could feel them. And every time I tell this story, I get a spiritual high. I could feel all the good spirits. It was like looked like you just drew a line. They were right behind me, ready to go. As soon as they opened that box, it was on. And the bad ones was in front of me. And I reached down there and grabbed that box. And I get about halfway up with it. And it was the brightest light you ever seen in your life. I just seen God just jump in my body. When I got about halfway up with that box, and he takes that box and he shakes it, and he picks it up like this, and he slams it down, and it hits the porch, and it makes a loud racket. He says, this is the thunder that cracked the earth to put a ripple into the sea that's going to turn into a tsunami if we don't change our ways. Exact words. And guess what happens? Ooh, they run over there and open the box. And that starts the third and final spiritual warfare. This has been roughly 5 years ago. Okay? What's done happened in 5 years? California, burning up. Hawaii, burning up. All the category of hurricanes. All this, that, and other. All these earthquakes. Blah, blah, blah. It's in the Bible. Now see, I can't read what's flipped. And listen to this. He told me. He didn't tell me. He put it in here. All the numbers in the Bible, what all of them mean. He told me about all the Bibles. Every page. My pupils got so big, they filled all the way up. And I was preaching out there, and Caleb he showed up while I was preaching. I didn't know, and he was playing with Dominic's little 18 with three barrel gun, big old gun. And I well, he's like, I wish I could shoot this gun. I said, I just shot 3 spirits out of that gun. And then I sent 3 to I went 1 to Mama, 1 to Daddy, 1 to John. Which Daddy had some fields planted, duck field, duck ponds. And what was so funny, it was just, and each one of them was a circle of red. And see, in my vision, everything burnt red, but, you know, I was kind of put here trying to, I don't know, it's kind of, I don't know exactly what I was put here for, but I was trying to, you know, mankind is the worst enemy we got. You know, what I'm saying, mankind, presidents, all these so-called presidents, big shots, you know, whoever calls the shots of war, what does it say in the Bible? Thou shalt not kill. One way or another. One way or another, I will get all them keys to all them nuclear warheads. That's going to be my job. And I ain't playing. Before one of these dumb butts actually sends one of these nukes over one of these countries and kills a bunch of people and a bunch of innocent babies and mamas. I'm not playing either.
And the Bible says it's better to marry than to burn with
all right. It says don't throw stones at one another. Okay. You know, okay, USA. That's where I live, Alabama. We're supposed to be the baddest country there is. Okay, well look, all right, our government. Okay, we, you know, okay. I'm not very good at math, but I can put 2 and 2 together. You can get 4 or 22. Okay, look, our government, we pay taxes on everything we buy, and then they get a percentage every year, you know, whatever it is. They get that back from people that work, the family that work, okay? All right, so that tells me either they're pocketing too much money in their pockets or spending too much money on war. What I'm saying is, and I apologize, China. I really apologize for my government. What are we, $20,000, 20 trillion, whatever in debt? It don't make no sense, you know. And the taxes and taxes and taxes, the interest and interest that we owe China right now. Why should we owe China when our government's, you know, getting money for all the people that live in the United States? We should have money ourselves to let somebody else borrow, in my opinion. Alright. So that day, the kids were so calm and collective. They were more calm and collective than I've ever seen them. Except for the mama. She was tripping out, freaking out. She was a bad spirit. Anyhow, she said, well, she gets all her stuff packed up and I carry her the next day home. Or the next night, actually. Or it might have been that night. I'm not sure exactly. One of the two. I get them home. Caleb runs, jump on my neck, and his feet off the ground. He was hugging me and carrying on, and he was crying and I was crying. Well, we both know it was over with. Anyhow, the little girl come out of the picture frame when I was 20, early 20s, was Mackenzie, my girlfriend's daughter. She was wanting me to help that family kind of get everything back straightened up. And that's crazy. She wasn't even born yet when this happened. I'm carry him home, and I get back, and I got that old beat up white truck that I bought from Paul Bryant Jr. for $1,000 off the farm down there across from WMS. And I get in that truck, and I'm rushing to get back to Benny Abrams' house. And this is about 11 o'clock when I left. I'm shagging, but I got to get there before 12 o'clock midnight. I get there a little before 12. I got up there and I beat on his door. He comes out there. I said, well, Benny, you've been praying for him. He showed up. He's here. And I kind of explained to him this, that, and other. And so, we talked for about 10 or 15 minutes. And then he's like, Richard, can we talk about this later today? I said, well, yes, sir. I just had to come down. I had to come tell you before 12 o'clock. Benny Abrams, he can back me on this. He's my fire chief. Alright. So, there was 5 different people I had to tell, but I can't remember all of them. It was the Baptist preacher I talked to. I had to tell him. Kevin Stewart, he knows about all this, about when all this happened. Kevin Stewart, a preacher at the Word Academy School, he knows about all this. And then when it all went said and done, all went down, I was telling them, you know, bits and pieces while it was going on. But see, I got back to the house. I got to back up just a little bit. My girlfriend, before we leave, that perfume I'm talking about, that I just throw up in the kids' playhouse. Brooks' playhouse. I didn't have but one. She's my little princess. Her birthday, September the 1st. And see, God, He wanted to sound the trumpets on September the 1st. But I don't know about all that. We'll get to that later. But God pretty much said, since I'm coming down here and get on you, this is exact words. He said, since I'm coming down here and get on you, I'm getting on everybody else. And I'm going to show y'all a part on that little board right there. How do you cross your eye with your teeth? I don't have none of the markers right now to do it. The kids got them. I don't even know where they're putting them at right now. But anyhow, where am I at now? Alright, I got my little Bible with me. You know, when the devil was after me, I always kept my little Bible on me, The devil was after me. He's been after me since I was 4. Anyhow, I could hear the spirits all in my trailer. I said, that little perfume, it was holy water. It was. She blessed it, and then I blessed it. Alright, I burnt my hands, I burnt my feet, I made God burn my tongue. And you talking about painful. Woo. Anyhow, I cleansed myself. Look, there's nobody perfect. And look, if you think somebody's perfect in this world, you're crazy. Anyhow, I get that perfume, get back home. After I talk to Benny Abrams, I go on back to the house. I get back to the house, have that perfume with me. And when she hands it to me, I kind of look up there in the sky. I ain't no way, because I ain't seen that perfume in years. I said, alright, okay, well, everybody here was reason, purpose. Her purpose was to tell me this, that, and other, and give me that perfume, and poof, she's gone. Never see her again in my life. And everything's kind of piecing together. And see, some stuff that went on when me and Brad was a long time ago was happening and everything, you know, it's just crazy. It's like a pine cone. He can vouch for this. A pine cone was laying in the middle of the road. And there ain't no pine tree out there. And me and Brad was looking at it. I said, wait a minute. I got a truck, walked over and grabbed a pine cone, put it in that tire. I'll come back for it later. I remember that. He told me about that. And he noticed. See, it took me 4 days to tell him the whole story, or hell, a week or 2. I don't know. It took a while, and he's seen this as it was going on before I noticed it. Which I'd be holding my hand. And see, look, I'd hold my hand out the window just like this, and I'd pray over people and this, that, and other. That's what I like to do. All right, and the old beat up white truck. Got my perfume, sprayed all in my bathroom, sprayed all in my bedroom. Alright? I could hear the spirits fighting. They were all in the house. They were all outside. They was trying to get me. There was something real big in my room.